Hit the music. Yeah, man. We ready to rock and roll, man. We are up live this morning, ready to rock and roll. Good morning, good morning, good morning, man. Let's get this thing rocking, man. See, most people are not going to wake up this early to start talking about money, man. That's just what we do. So we're going to start talking about money early in the morning.
Wall Street, do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. It's your host.
All right, my beautiful man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, where we bring investment education to the urban community. We're going to be talking today about money and power. That's right, money, which is the economy, power, which is the rules that run the economy. Of course, you need to know two things you need to really kind of focus on, man. If you really want to build wealth in this country, you need to focus on economics and then also politics, the two areas they don't want us to talk about, so we won't know the rules to the game. There are rules to the money game, people. You absolutely can learn them, and you can actually apply them or manipulate them into your favor if you learn those rules. And so today's show is really to really discuss the stock market, cryptocurrency, which is the new phenomenon, and actually just investing in yourself, man. So if you want to be here, man, this is what we're doing. We're here on Facebook Live. We're here on YouTube Live. We are here on we're here on Instagram. So thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, I want to let you know as you guys are tuning in, I am actually an author. And so many people have been asking about this thing called Bitcoin. Well, here's the deal. I'm gonna give you guys a gift. That's right. So my book, as you see in the back, is the Black Billionaires Club. Well, we have actually captured the stories of 12 Black billionaires. And in case you don't know, man, out of 2,000 billionaires in the world today, only 12 of them are Black. That's why we wrote the book. We said, hey, if you want to be wealthy, you got to study wealthy people. And I just happen to be Black, so I wanted to figure out who were the 12 of the richest Black people in the world and what they do to build their wealth. Well, this book is available to you. But here's the deal: if you buy the book today, buy the book by the end of the year, what we're going to do, we're going to throw in the free class, How to Bitcoin. That class itself, I know, is probably about a $200 value. I sell it about $50. I'm going to throw it in because it's holiday season. I just feel like giving to my people who really are serious about this thing called winning with money. How to Bitcoin. You need to learn how to Bitcoin. You need to learn how to buy Bitcoin, how to buy Bitcoin, how to sell Bitcoin, how to trade Bitcoin, and how to cash out of Bitcoin. And it's much more. It's a little bit more to it than just, oh, I invested in something. You need to know kind of everything you need to know about it if you decide that cryptocurrency is going to be the investment of your choice. And here's the deal, guys. I don't really care where you decide to invest, but just that you invest and that you learn about the investment that you have decided upon. Plenty of places that you can plant your seed and have your seed become a harvest over time, but you got to have the mentality that you're willing to take the risk to plant your seed. And I said this morning, man, in one of my posts, I said, if the farmer never planted his seed, then he would, if the farmer is too scared, in other words, he's too scared of the risk. He's too scared of the risk of the bugs eating the seed. He's scared of the risk of the weeds outgrowing the crop. If the farmer is too scared to plant the seed, he will never have a harvest. Well, it's the same thing, man. You got to understand that your money is a seed. Everybody put in comments below, money is a seed. And so many of us are scared of the risk without looking at the potential reward. And you got to weigh both of them. You got to weigh risk and reward. And so that's really where you get into a place where you got your money working harder for you than you work for your money. And so we're just here to be able to help, be able to help, to guide, to coach, and help people to do that. Again, you can get the book, get the book, The Black Billionaires Club. And then you can also, when you get the book, you're going to get the free class, How to Bitcoin, if you are interested in cryptocurrency. The reason why we do Bitcoin, guys, because Bitcoin is the gold standard. Once you learn how to Bitcoin, then you can learn how to all the other coins as well, because that's just kind of what it is. But at any rate, once you, if you decide that cryptocurrency is where you want to be, if you decide that stocks is where you want to invest, then we also have another opportunity as well. It's called ERGJ Trade Alerts, where we actually guide you in trades. We provide you with buy alerts, sell alerts, and also opinions on some of the things you might be interested in investing in. And so that's why we have ERGJ Trade Alerts. If you're interested in that, just inbox us, inquire about ERGJ Trade Alerts. It's $25 a month for you to be a part of that. But guess what, man? $25 a month has made a lot of people a lot of money. We started with Bitcoin at $1,500. It's now $6,000, right? So $1,500 to $3,000 to $4,500 to $6,000 in 6 months. That's over 400% return for those people who are willing to take the risk. Now, we can't guarantee returns, but what I can say is I've become proficient at reading charts, and I can help people make better decisions as it relates to their finances. But nonetheless, man, let's get right into the show. So hopefully you shared, you liked, and all that good stuff, man. This is just what I do on a regular basis. I come in and start looking at the market. We're going to start with a market recap, see what happened on Friday in the market. So I'm going to do a little bit of conversational teaching to be able to help you guys to understand this thing called stocks. If you don't know what a stock is just basically ownership in a company that you don't have to run. See, some of us want to be entrepreneurs, right? But we got to do all the legwork. We got to build the company. We got to advertise the company. We got to sell the company. We got to build our website. We got to do all that stuff. Well, there's some wonderful, great companies who provide value in the marketplace, who we support with our dollars all the time and buy stuff from. Well, we can actually own pieces of their company, and that's called buying stock. We buy the stock, we give them their money so they can continue to grow and build and do, and they give us a part of their company so we can participate in their profit. Everybody put in console, participate in their profit. I want you to think about, man, all the companies that you have spent money with, how many of those companies have sent you a check? That's right. All the companies that you spent money with, the Walmarts, the Amazons, the Apples, the Nike, the Disney, how many of those companies have sent you a check? In other words, are you participating in their profit? Well, you got an opportunity to do that when you buy stock. You got an opportunity to participate in their profit. There's 3 different markets or 3 different indexes that are 3 different exchanges which are really relevant in the stock market. Is the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and S&P 500. The Dow Jones is where you're going to find 30 of the most significant stocks in the stock market. That's going to be all the big boys, all of the Verizons, the Home Depots, the Nikes. The NASDAQ is where you're going to find a lot of the technology stocks. You're going to find your Amazon, your Google, your Microsoft there. And then S&P 500 is pretty much the broader market, or it is the benchmark. It's where 500 companies are housed. Now, there are over 10,000 stocks in the market, right, that you can choose from. And then there's even more stocks, right, that might be what they call over the counter. These are a lot of the stocks that are not regulated by the SEC. This is where you'll find a lot of the marijuana stocks, a lot of the speculative stocks, a lot of the risky stocks. So what smaller stocks? Because there is a process to get on some of these major exchanges, and some people can't afford it, nor can they qualify to be on these exchanges. But nonetheless, the Dow Jones was up 33 points on Friday. It closed up 0.14%. The NASDAQ, it was up 144 points on Friday. It closed 2.2%. And the S&P 500 is up 20 points, and it closed up 0.81%. So a great day in the market for those that are already investing. Hopefully you had a wonderful day, because all of the different exchanges were up for you to do. Now here's the big winner. The big winner on Friday was Amazon. Amazon was up 13.22%. So what happened with Amazon is that Amazon reported their earnings and they kicked ass. Okay, I don't care about because I'm just using some adjective. They kicked butt. I probably got to work to watch it on YouTube. They kicked butt, and they blew earnings out the door. They had massive profits. Everybody put in the comments below, massive. They had massive profits. Now, here's the thing. I think that we could have foreseen that Amazon was going to have some massive profits. I hope we begin to understand that Amazon is becoming the #1 company in the world. Would you guys agree? I mean, with everything that they do, Amazon is everywhere. And of course, if you don't know, Amazon just recently acquired Whole Foods, right? So now they are into the grocery business, and they're going to make grocery and groceries, they're going to make grocery more efficient and more convenient. I think I've heard that Amazon, what they're going to do is they're going to allow you to be able to order online or call in your order or something like that. And then you're going to walk into the store and have some type of chip associated with you. They're going to already have your groceries waiting for you. And then you're going to just walk out the store. And by the time you walk out the store with your groceries, it's going to charge your chip. Something like that. I don't know. They're just being what they call what I would call what's the word I'm looking for? Evolution, technology. They're being innovative. That's right. Everybody putting comments on innovative. So Amazon is being innovative, and they are touching or tackling different industries, and they are becoming the Amazon of those industries, right? They're becoming the Amazon of transportation, the Amazon of grocery. Man, I mean, the Amazon of retail, the Amazon of the book industry, right? So Amazon is really trying to take over the world, people. That's what they're trying to do. They are trying to take over the world, and I believe if they're not already, they're going to be the biggest company in the world. And I don't know about you. I don't know why someone would not have already be invested in Amazon unless they just didn't know how to invest. And so if you want to learn how to invest, you want to learn how to participate in that 13% growth that happened in one day, right? If you want to participate in a stock that's $1,100 per share now, right? Then you got to learn how to invest. You got to learn how to invest, so then you can take some of your capital, you can put it at risk, and you can put it at risk in hopes of opportunity for reward, and you can participate in Amazon's profits. How many of you guys saying right now you would love to participate in Amazon's profits? Maybe you're not saying that right now. Matter of fact, if you're not saying that, let's take a look at some of Amazon's profits. I figured that'd be a good thing to do. Now, of course, what I'll do here is when we get towards later in the show, we'll actually take a look at some of this stuff. You can see it physically. But earnings growth last year for Amazon was 292%. 292% growth in earnings for Amazon last year. Their 5 years, 39%. Their revenue growth last year, their sales increase last year was 27%. Matter of fact, Amazon's annual revenue last year alone was $136 billion. Their revenue their sales, everything that they sold last year ended up being $136 billion. How many guys are saying, man, I would love to participate in their profits? Well, you got an opportunity to do that. That's called owning stock in Amazon. If you choose to do that, you just missed out. If you haven't already, you just missed out on a 13% bump in your investment when they crushed earnings, because maybe you're not an investor or you're not invested in Amazon. I'm actually invested in Amazon as a part of our investment club. That's one of our investments. The wonderful thing about group economics or investing with other people is you have they open up different pathways for you to actually become to actually invest. So we didn't have to pool our money together in an investment club, and then let's just say 10 people, right? 10 people had $100. Well, we took that $100, came together, and was able to buy one share of Amazon, versus all the $1,100 being on my weight, on my shoulder. That's another way that you can think about partnering with other people in order to invest, and you guys working together to help your money make money for you. See, that's what I've learned, that I don't always have to do things by myself. I can do it with other people. Matter of fact, I'll be starting, this is my first investment club that I run. I'll be looking to start my next investment club in January. So if you're saying, hey, man, you don't want to do it by yourself, you may have a desire to learn about investing and do it with other people who have already invested, I may be able to open up this opportunity to the public. You got to talk to the group that we're already with and see how they feel about it. I'm going to do that today to see what they think. Our whole goal at the time was to be able to help as many people as we could to get into the world of investing. And so I'll see if they still want to do that now that we've been along our journey and we're almost at the finish line come January 2018. So If that's something that you might be interested in, guys, you want to be a part of an investment club, maybe you don't want to do it by yourself. I'm telling you, man, that was one of the best decisions that I made, to join a group. But at any rate, Macy's was down 7% on Friday. Intel was up 7%. Twitter was up 7%. Microsoft was up 7% as well. So a good day in tech, man. And we're going to be talking about some of the things that are going on this week as it relates to the market. Now, here's some of your key indicators, some of your sector performances over the past 3 months. You have health services, technology services, electronic technology, all have been up about 6%. Some of your industries or sectors that have not been hot, energy, minerals, consumer, non-durables, and communications, down roughly 3%, 2%, and 1%. I've been mining, or I've been fishing. Let's say I've been fishing in the energy mineral section. That's where you can find oil companies, things like that. I always believe what Warren Buffett said, to be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. So I've been finding little gems, little diamonds in the rough where no one else is really investing, because I believe that it's going to bounce back. Matter of fact, your commodities, man, oil is up to $53 a barrel. Gasoline is at $2.96 roughly per gallon. Gold's trading at $12.73. So if you're into gold, it's at $12.73. Silver's at $16.78 per ounce. So those are some of your commodity indicators for those that are investing in gold, investing in silver, investing in oil or gasoline. Here's your sentiment of the market, your emotion of the market. Right now, we're very greedy in the market. And when we're very greedy, we're sitting at about a 73 in the volatility. For me, this is not a time where I want to be investing heavily into the market, because I believe it's too expensive. Too many people are greedy. And again, I'm going to be fearful when others are greedy. So I want to be buying. I want to be loading up when it's fear in the market. I want to be loading up when everybody else is selling, and I want to be selling when other people are buying. See, I do the opposite of what the rest of the market is doing, because I understand that the crowd is broke. Everybody put a console, the crowd is broke. See, the crowd is broke, so I don't follow the crowd. If you follow the crowd, you're going to be broke. If you do what's opposite of the crowd, you might just win, right? If you think about it, right, the wealth that is distributed in our society, it goes to the few, not to the many. Let me say that again. The wealth that's in our society, it's to the few, not to the many. So don't follow the crowd if you want to be wealthy. Don't follow the crowd if you want to build wealth. Don't follow the crowd if you want your money to work harder for you than you work for your money. Follow the few. And that's just how it goes, man. And that's a simple philosophy from Warren Buffett. The Oracle of Omaha. That's one of the guys that I studied as I began to learn about this thing called investing. But anyway, that was a quick recap. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Is your pre-market indicators, some of the news that you can use as we head to the market today. It looks like there was a standoff in Catalonia. It says Spain's benchmark stock index bucked the broader trend in Europe on Monday, gaining 1.6% after Madrid moved to quash a separatist movement in the wealthy region of Catalonia. Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy sacked Catalonia's president and dissolved its parliament on Friday, after lawmakers in an autonomous region voted to declare independence. On Sunday, hundreds of thousands of anti-independence protesters rallied in the regional capital of Barcelona. What happens next is unclear, but more volatility appears likely. We got Mueller moves. Robert Mueller, who was appointed in May to lead the investigation into Russia meddling in 2016 United States presidential election, may deliver a political bombshell on Monday. Sources briefed on the matter told CNN that a federal grand jury in Washington has approved the first charge of the investigation led by the former FBI director. Plans were prepared for anyone charged to be taken into custody as soon as Monday. The source said President Trump and his team deny any wrongdoing. And there is actually a federal tease. If you guys don't know, it's time to pick a new leader of the Federal Reserve. Trump has tweeted that he's preparing to name his pick to lead the United States Federal Reserve. Our current leader is Federal Chair Janet Yellen. It looks like Trump may be looking to, there's a rumor that he's looking to nominate Jerome Powell. Powell's a Republican who has been a governor on the Fed's board since 2012, was assigned to lead the bank's Wall Street Oversight Committee in April. Now we get into, again, your earnings and your economics for today. The data on U.S. personal income and spending for the month of September, 8:30 Eastern a.m. A mining giant Glencore has some positive news for investors as it recovers from a global commodities price crash. The company said it expects to earn $2.6 billion to $2.8 billion this year, up from its previous estimate of $2.4 billion, $2.7 billion. Mondelez and Unisys will publish quarterly earnings after the closing bell in New York. And here's what you want to know coming up this week as it relates to what's going on. Facebook reports their earnings on Wednesday. So man, oh man, that's my place right there. Facebook reported their earnings on Wednesday. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's going to happen on Wednesday, man. Apple is reporting their earnings on Thursday. And in case you guys don't know, man, it's big when they report their earnings. That's when you get to know how they've done the previous quarter. That's when you get to know from these companies what they expect quarter ahead and the rest of the year. And so if you're invested in any other company, whatever companies that you're invested in, if you are invested, you want to kind of keep an eye on their earnings reports so you can know, you can be in the know of how your company has done. Because remember, when you own stock, you are a part owner of the company. And if you were the owner of something, you probably kind of want to know how they are performing, how your employees are performing, right? So how much stuff have they sold? What hiccups have they come by? What did they foresee in the future? All this stuff. Again, if you are part owner of the company, these are some things you might want to know. And the iPhone X, it hits the stores on Friday. So not only is Apple reporting this Thursday, but that iPhone X is hitting stores on Friday. Now, what I want to talk about as far as stocks, and then we'll wrap this up and move to cryptocurrency, I think, is ExxonMobil. Now, about I don't know. I've been talking about. Remember, I said that I've been fishing in mineral oils, right? I've been fishing in the energy minerals, and I've been like, hey, I've been looking for rough in places where they are fearful. And the biggest place that they've been fearful, or that the market has been fearful, is in energy minerals. And in energy minerals are oil companies. And I've been saying to myself, oil, and how many guys agree that oil is still a valuable commodity? And as I've been watching oil, I've been seeing that oil got down to below $50 per barrel. And I was saying to my, I know I haven't done this show in a while, but I kept saying back then that, hey, as soon as oil turns around, the price of oil, then you're going to see the profits of those oil companies turn around. Let me say that again. I said this very distinctly. I knew this was going to happen. As soon as the price of oil turned around, then the profits of the oil companies turn around as well. And so this is about $49 a barrel. And I'm saying, hey, this is where I'm looking. And of course, ExxonMobil is one of those companies that I invested in. And then also gave away one of my picks. And I told people that came to the class, hey, BP is a place that I'm investing as well. So I invested in two of the oil companies, Exxon and BP. Now, here's the deal. Hurricane Harvey came through and dealt ExxonMobil a $160 million blow. So what did Hurricane Harvey do? These hurricanes do. Hurricanes have probably impacted, right? Impacted the supply of oil, right? Think about it. A hurricane comes through, comes into Texas where a lot of oil is being mined or whatever, and it wipes out some of the plants or whatever. A hurricane comes through Costa Rica and where all these places where oil is being gathered. It's impacting the supply of oil. And so if the supply, how many of you guys, let me ask you this. How many of you guys, when Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma and Hurricane JKL&M came through, how many of you guys noticed that the price at the pump increased? How many guys said, man, the price of gas has just went up? The price of gas just went up, right? Well, if the price of gas went up, that typically shows that there was some impact on the supply of gas. And where does gas come from? Gas comes from oil, the supply of oil, which caused the price of oil to go up. It's called supply and demand. Everybody put in comments, supply and demand, because of supply and demand. So the supply was impacted. Therefore, the demand, even though it remained the same, or even went up, the demand would actually have to increase because there's a want for the oil to drive the cars and all that good stuff. Take the planes where they need to go. And I was saying, man, this is where I want to invest. And of course, let's talk about ExxonMobil. So, but the oil giants' profits skyrocketed anyway. ExxonMobil said Friday that its profits for the July to September period soared by 50%, thanks to higher oil prices. Now, I'm just a regular guy, and I just kind of look at things from a different perspective. And so 6 months ago, I was saying, this is where I am looking. This is where I'm looking for opportunity because I believe that oil would bounce back. Now, it may not necessarily bounce back to $300 a barrel, $250 a barrel, whatever. I just knew that $50 a barrel was pretty low. And I was willing to put my money at risk into an industry where I felt I could buy low. Therefore, I could increase the value of my money as it rose, and then I could sell high. Everybody put in console, buy low, sell high. That's just one of the strategies that you can implement or employ in investing. Buy low, sell high. So I was buying oil or companies associated with oil low, right? When they were low, when they were inexpensive. And I was banking or betting or believing that those companies would then rise. And then when they rise, my money would rise with it. And then therefore I could cash out. And that's what you call appreciation. That's what you call winning with money. That's what you call investing. That's what you call your money working harder for you than you work for your money, because my money increased over time that I attached to my belief. And then guess what, guys? I start winning even more. So anyway, ExxonMobil said Friday officers again that growth was much faster than Wall Street had began to bank on. The largest U.S. oil company would have earned even more had it not been for Hurricane Harvey, which forced the closure of several Exxon refineries in the Gulf Coast region. Severe flooding caused damage to Exxon's Beaumont and Baytown refineries, which are two of the largest in the United States. All told, Exxon said Hurricane Harvey expenses and disruption slashes profits by about $160 million. Exxon and the industry as a whole is still trying to get back on their feet following the oil price crash of the past few years. Cheap oil forced Exxon and its rivals to lay off workers and scrap expensive drilling projects. Yet oil companies, listen to this, yet oil companies have benefited steadier prices and lower expenses. It also helps that Exxon pumped 2% more oil and gas than last year. Another sign of improvement. Everybody put improvement because I like to hear that word improvement. For the fourth quarter in a row, Exxon generated enough money through its business and asset sales to cover the cost of its dividends and investments. In other words, they're going to keep paying their investors dividends. They're going to keep paying it. They were able to cover the cost to keep paying the people that have invested in them. In other words, the you and I's of the world that decided we're going to invest in Exxon. And the number 2 U.S. oil company is also on the upswing. Chevron logged a 54% jump in third quarter profits on Friday as oil and gas production increased. So what is that saying, guys? It's saying that they're moving in the right direction. Oil was having such was being beaten down, and it got down to a point where it couldn't be beaten down no more. Now they're trying to rise up, and when they rise up, my money that's attached to them is rising up as well, and that's called winning with money. Cash flow is in a positive inflection point with oil and gas production increasing and capital spending. John Watson, who is stepping down as Chevron CEO in February, said in a statement. On top of efforts to rebound from the oil crash, the industry has grappled with trouble on the climate change front, as demanding that they have some, I don't know, last month San Francisco and Oakland filed lawsuits. Exxon, Chevron, other oil companies pay billions to cover climate change costs. Now, here's the principle, guys, is that things that are valuable, right? And I think you guys would agree that oil is valuable. At some point in time, it may become it may get beaten down. It may go through its cycle of being in the valley, but eventually it's going to bounce back, right? Eventually it's going to bounce back as long as we as a society still have need and use for that what it is they bring, whatever it is that they bring, right? So oil is just a commodity that we're going to continue to use. It may not be as valuable as it once was. Of course, with cars moving to more hydrogen, more electronic-based cars, but I don't see that they're going to change. I don't see that the airplanes are going to go to hydrogen and electronics, so they're still going to be valuable. If you want to fly all across the world, they're still going to be using oil. So nonetheless, man, I just wanted to kind of follow up with that because we've talked about that before. I don't know how many of you guys caught that. I've shared some things with you guys, but, you know, all I can do is lead you to water, but I can't make you a drink. So oil prices are expected, oil prices actually rise. This is another one from Reuters on expected extension of output cut. So the OPEC is cutting output. Then also you had Hurricane Harvey. So again, this is all dealing with supply being reduced, which inherently increases demand. And that's just, hopefully we learned about supply and demand in 4th grade, 5th grade, stuff like that. All right, so let's move on, guys. I just want to share that, which we did a quick market recap. We've talked about, I gave you a company we talked about Amazon a little bit. We talked about ExxonMobil, man. There's just two. It's plenty more, but we'll pick up on some more tomorrow, man. I want to switch this thing over to cryptocurrency, start talking about what's going on in cryptocurrency. And of course, if you guys are part of ERGJ Trade Alerts or Club Miller, we'll be doing a little bit more of this Facebook Live stuff, looking at some charts in cryptocurrency. But nonetheless, I just want to make sure that we introduce this stuff to people so they can begin to learn some stuff about this thing called money, and we'll make this thing work for us. One of the places you want to go, if you want to learn about cryptocurrency, you want to follow cryptocurrencies, coinmarketcap.com, coinmarketcap.com. This place where you can actually see a list of all of the cryptocurrencies. Of course, again, Bitcoin is the top dog. It's on top. It's number one. But we'll just talk about a few of them. There's over 1,200 cryptocurrencies in the exchanges now. Okay, so I think about 3 months ago it was only 800. Now it's 1,200, right? So there more and more coins are being created, which gives people the functionality to be able to exchange coins, okay, or to be able to have a currency, right? So more and more coins being created. Bitcoin is the top dog. It's $102 billion market cap. It's currently priced at $61.72. They got over 1,600 million in circulation. And yesterday it was up 6%. Ethereum is next in line. Big drop off from 102 billion. Ethereum is $29.5 billion market cap. Currently trading at a $309 per coin, and they have over 95 million. I find that very interesting. 95 million Ethereum in circulation, but only 16 million Bitcoin in circulation. Because of the scarcity of Bitcoin as it relates to some of these other coins. That's why you can really see we can really begin to see the value of Bitcoin continuing to rise, because again, supply and demand, is only going to be so much supply. And if the demand continues to outpace this, I want you guys to understand it. If the demand outpaces the supply, then the value must rise. This is something we got to learn, man. If the demand outpaces the supply, then the value of that asset must rise. Think about it this way. If I have 2 books, right, and I have 5 people that want books, then I can charge more for the book, because the book is a rare commodity, because I can only 2 people can buy the books. So they can literally go in auction. They can go and say, okay, well, you know, I'll pay this much for the book. And then the person that really wanted the book say, I'll pay this much for the book. So the value of the book will continue to rise, because the demand, right, the demand outpaces the supply. So once we begin to understand supply and demand, especially on limited supply or finite supply, then we can begin to understand why the value of some things continue to rise. When there is when the demand for housing outpaces the construction for housing, then the real estate market will rise. You see, but when the supply, right, when there's a whole bunch of properties that are evicted, that don't have tenants, that don't have occupation, outpaces the demand, then the values will decrease, right? You understand? Everybody understands supply. Everybody put supply and demand. Oh, you already said that, right? I said supply and demand, right? Everybody put value in the comments below. Everybody put value in the comments below. So again, understanding supply and demand can really help you to make better financial or investment decisions that then you can then use to help make your money work harder for you than you work for your money. This I don't know. I think that these are simple concepts. But even if they're not, I'm trying to teach them to you as they simple, so that we begin to say, man, okay, so we can begin to understand why is Amazon so valuable? Why is Amazon at $1,100 per share right now? Because the demand for Amazon, the demand for their services, the demand for the use of what they provide to the marketplace has been so elevated, right? Who doesn't use Amazon? Who doesn't go on Amazon to search for stuff? Who doesn't have a Fire Stick? Who doesn't shop at Whole Foods? Who doesn't order a book or something on Amazon? Who doesn't use Amazon? So there's huge demand for the services or for doing business through Amazon to get your services and your products. That's why the value of Amazon, or the value of the stock, which represents ownership in Amazon, continues to rise, because there's demand for the use of the services that Amazon provides. Once we get to understand that, you can look at some things maybe that you might want to do. You might want to start a company or something like that. And then you got to start thinking about, how can I create value in the marketplace that can drive demand? How can I create value in the marketplace that can drive demand? Now, these wonderful, great companies have done a great job of creating value that drives demand, which has driven their stock price up. And the people that have invested in them or own stock or shares in their company have seen their money go up as they have participated in their profits. Now, going to cryptocurrency again, Litecoin down. Those are the three that you'll find on Coinbase if you're there. Coinbase is one of the easiest places for you to transfer your money into coins and then get onto these exchanges to actually own cryptocurrency. If you are interested in that, I can send you a link so that you can actually do that. With matter of fact, you're interested, I can send you a link so you can actually join Coinbase if you want to get into the cryptocurrency space. They're at $3 billion per market cap, $57 per coin right now. They have 53 million in circulation. So you'll notice, right? What we're noticing here. Let's just say the top 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin. That's 4. The top 4 cryptocurrencies in the world today. The circulating supply for the top currency in the world today is lower than the other 3, right? Ethereum is 90. Bitcoin, the top is 16 million in circulation. Ethereum 95 million. Ripple 38 billion. Litecoin 53 million. So there seems to be some connection between the supply of the circulating supply and the valuation of the coin. Bitcoin is a $6,000 coin, you know what I'm saying, versus a $57 coin. But then also Bitcoin is, extremely low as far as circulation is concerned, as it relates to those at comparing it to the other coins, which haven't even just recently topped over $300 per coin. So there is some connection between the circulating supply of these coins and the value of those coins in the marketplace. That's something that you want to keep an eye out on, especially if you're looking at ICOs, which are going to be new coins that will be coming, or new tokens that will be coming into the market to become coins. What's their circulating supply? How does that circulating supply compare to the other circulating supplies that are in the market already, and their price, right? You know what I mean? So that's hopefully that helps you out a little bit if you are interested in this cryptocurrency space. Another place that I go to get some news for cryptocurrency is CoinDesk.com. CoinDesk.com. A little bit of the news that's going on right now is saying that governments, the banks, are giving the blockchain startup accounts a little bit of tough time opening accounts or maintaining accounts, bank accounts there. And I can understand that, right? Because a bank is the old financial system, and blockchain or cryptocurrency is pretty much a new financial system. So it's competition there. So they want to keep their jobs. So more than likely they're going to be giving you a hard time and doing business through them for something that you're using to really take over what they do. That kind of makes sense. So you know, you guys want to learn a little bit more about cryptocurrency. But Sony, looks like Sony is seeking a blockchain patent for user authentication systems. So Sony Electronics has proposed a 2-part blockchain-based multi-factor authentication system and a new patent application. So if you guys don't know what an authentication system is, if you go to like Google or your Play Store right now, you can actually find a Google authentication. And what that does is that it'll read QRC codes for you. It'll read QRC codes for you. We use them, you know, to validate tickets and things like that. But it's also used in the cryptocurrency space to validate wallets and things like that. So it looks like Sony is looking to create a blockchain-based authentication system. I'm not quite sure what they'll be using it for, but the mere fact that more and more companies are getting patents or blockchain patents tells you, shows us how much we are beginning to accept Bitcoin, right? And that's the thing, right? Money is just a medium of exchange. And the only reason why the dollar, the US dollar, if you're in the United States, the US dollar, the euro, whatever, is being used as money is because it's been accepted. Once you understand that as more and more people accept a new form of currency, which is cryptocurrency, then that cryptocurrency or the cryptocurrency is valuable because more people accept it. And the more people accept it, then the more businesses are going to have to accept it. And then as businesses accept it, then there's going to be more exchange. As there's more exchange, man, the sky is the limit. Man, the sky is the limit. So I just believe personally that cryptocurrency is, that space is the greatest opportunity for wealth transfer in our lifetime. A lot of people have been waiting for an opportunity to start to, let's just say, bridge the wealth gap. And I believe that cryptocurrency is going to allow a lot of people to bridge that wealth gap because it is the future, I believe, of money. It may not necessarily make the dollar obsolete, but when I look at history, I see that money has always evolved from salt to gold to silver to paper money to fiat currency and now to digital currency. All right, so that's just what I've seen in history. I don't know what you guys seen, but you know, I'm a guy that studies money because I want to have a lot of it. And so I want to learn as much as I can. Again, my goal is to become an expert in this cryptocurrency space. I want to be trading. I want to be lending. I want to build my portfolio the same way that people do in Forex. I believe that cryptocurrency can be a bigger market than Forex, quite honestly. But it's going to take some time to get there. But I want to be in the beginning or in the middle. I don't want to be at the end. Right, I want to be in the beginning or the middle. I don't want to be at the end. So, nonetheless, guys, really, this is what we're going to do, man, on a regular basis, man. I've shared with you guys some stock information, and what I'll do, I'll be adding some more stuff to the program. But hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Matter of fact, in the comments below, man, for those that are watching, and I know I'm on different places, man. I may not be able to see all your comments, man, but please leave a comment anyway. Let me know today what value you got out of this broadcast. And of course, everybody isn't interested in money. So I'm not really expecting a whole bunch of numbers off the top. But I am, for the numbers that we do get, I want to make sure that I'm adding value into your life. Hopefully, I'm helping you to understand money a little bit better. Hopefully, you're a person that wants to build wealth. Hopefully, this has been added value to your morning, to your day. because not enough people are talking about money. A lot of people want money in their life, but they're not willing to talk about money. And so hopefully we've added some value to your life today. Again, a couple of things that we want to make sure that you're aware of. Again, we are the author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. We do have a class, How to Bitcoin, which is available to you when you actually buy the book. You can go to theblackbillionairesclub.com and order the book. And then when you finish your checkout, you'll get access to the class so you can learn what you need to know about how to Bitcoin, how to trade Bitcoin, how to sell Bitcoin, how to cash out of Bitcoin. And when you learn that about Bitcoin, you'll learn it about all the other coins as well. And then also, if you're in a position, you say, hey, man, I've been wanting to do this thing for a minute. I need some help. Well, we do have ERGJ trade alerts, which will be able to help you, to guide you, so that you can be in a position of profit. Right now, guys, I'm batting 1,000. Now, I'm not going to always be batting 1,000. But right now, I'm batting 1,000. So everybody that has joined ERGJ trade alerts is in a positive position as it relates to their investments. I can't promise I'll always be batting 1,000. I can't promise that the market won't crash. I can't promise none of that stuff. I can just talk about what I'm doing today. And that's what we're doing today. We're batting 1,000. And so it just feels good to help people win with money. Again, of course, that is something that's $25 a month. You don't think it's worth $25 a month when people are charging $250 a month. If you know, then you just don't want my help. But nonetheless, people going to keep on winning. Because I'm going to keep on doing my due diligence to provide opportunity, suggestions, recommendations, things like that to help you get started. And once you get started, you get familiar and comfortable with investing on your own, man, feel free to lead a house. You know what I mean? Feel free, you grew up now, Sally. Feel free to lead a house and go out there and do your thing. And then hopefully you'll go and empower other people. At the end of the day, man, if we really want to fix our problems, the problems that we may have in the society, is going to take some capital. And I'm just using my money to build capital so I'm going to make the changes that I want to make in my life and in the lives of those connected to me as well. Last but not least, guys, I think that's all I got to say, man. I think this is a pretty quality show. We'll keep doing this on a regular, everyday basis, man. I can't wait till Wednesday, Facebook come out. I talked about the investment club. So, and I like, it's called Proof, right? Proof is in the pudding, right? So my first investment club, which we started in September of 2015. We made our first investment as a group finally in August of 2016. And then we've been consistently investing up until now. When I checked our account for this year to date this year, we're up 23%. And so that is phenomenal. And it is just reinvigorated me to say, man, yes, it's something about bringing people of like minds together to make better decisions. It's something about it. I don't know, when other people who have your best interest in mind, you talk, discuss, deliberate, make better decisions. And so it felt good to practice group economics. It feels good to lead some people that are winning with money. And I want to do it again. So we're going to do it again, man. January 2018 is when we're looking to establish our next investment club to help more people win with money. And we do it, guess what, guys? We do it together. So everybody put a console together. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure you inbox me. I'll talk to my group today to see if they're open to allowing other people to join us as we start the next investment club. And if they say yes, then we'll make some slots available for the outsiders to come on in and participate with us as we continue to look to build wealth collectively, right? So at any rate, man, this is ERGJ, certified financial educator, founder of the New Black Wall Street, CEO of the ERGJ Enterprise. One thing I did want to make you aware of as well, we do have this service called the Retirement Review. I was talking to at my last book stop or tour stop, ended up talking to a lady who had said that she had worked for UPS, and at UPS, she had a retirement account. And she was telling me that her retirement account wasn't doing anything, wasn't really advancing or growing. And it hasn't been growing. Something is wrong, right? something is wrong. So here's the deal. If the market itself, I want you to take a look at this for yourself, because maybe you got a 401k. Maybe you got a TSP.Maybe you got a 403b that you ain't looked at in a while. I want you to take some time to look at that this week. And I want you to see how it's performed. If we as an investment club have a return on investment year to date of 23%, okay, and your 401k has a return of investment of 3%, something is wrong. And what's wrong is that you have not taken control of your money enough to empower yourself to learn about your very own money. Right? And so I really want you to take a look at the performance of your 401k, your retirement accounts. And they should be performing well when the market is doing well, in proportion. If they're not, something is wrong and we got to fix it. And if you take a look at that stuff, you say, man, it ain't doing what I think it should do. If you take a look at the market and say, okay, the market has been up 15%, 18%, 20% this year, and my account has only been up 5%, you lose. I mean, you winning, but you're losing. In other words, there's some opportunity there. That the only way that you can take advantage of the opportunity to have the money that you have saved up for when you can't work no more is still working for you, is for you to fix what's wrong. Well, guess what, guys? I can help you with that. My very first service retirement review, I helped people fix what was wrong and empowered them so that they could always know what to do moving forward. And if you are in that position, all you got to do is just inbox us, ERGJ Enterprises. Inboxes here on Facebook, inboxes over on YouTube, wherever you brought this from, say, I need help. And I'll reach out to you, man, see what we can do, set up a conference call with you, a meeting, see what your needs, desires are as it relates to money, and if I can. And, of course, I never charge you the first time because I want to find out whether I can help you, because there might be some things I just can't help you with, right? I might have to refer you to somebody. But if it's something I can help you with, then we'll talk about the cost of my time to go in and help you. Well, guys, ERGJ Certified Financial Educator, I want to say thanks so much for tuning in today. Thank you for your support. There's only a few people that's interested in money, but I know that as we build this wealth, as we begin to shine, a lot of people going to come with us, man. It says, as they will come. I want you to remember this, man, that it takes a village, and it starts with us. It takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build black wealth together. This is New Black Wall Street Money and Power Show on Monday. Have a magnificent Monday. We'll talk to you soon. DJ, hit the music.
The New Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street.